What's up? What's up? I'm excited.
You are.
We got Manny here. I haven't been with Manny in a long time.
That's not true.
No, you do your podcast with Eddie, but it's been a while since me and you.
Well, but listen, how was I not going to say no to this orange retired shirt with the parakeet? How was that not going to be a fantastic Friday shirt?
You know me. I'm like you like that. I'm the color analyst. You're the play-by-play guy. I'm excited today because I got one of my own in here. My brother Juan Fernandez-Barquin, our current Clerk of Courts. And up in November 5th for reelection.
Yep. Applause.
Sharpest guy in the room.
Thank you, guys.
Manny's usually the sharp guy, but he's looking very cool weather swag.
It's fall. It's fall Friday.
It was a little chilly outside.
Good? You guys are good?
Like 75.
My brother. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Juan, please let everybody know who you are, name and title, and all that good stuff.
Sure. My name is Juan Fernandez-Barquin. I'm the current Clerk of the Court and Comptroller for Miami-Dade County.
Oh my God! Is he the guy that resolved
the
tickets?
I don't know, but we're not going to get into that.
No,
this is not for that. This is not for that. we're here because we want to find out. And again, like we were talking off camera, you know, Juan, you've been already how long as clerk?
About 15 months since June. Yeah, okay. June of last year. So 16 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, what has been the thing that you really got in there and say, we got to fix this?
Well, so I thought, all right, well, first, my background.
Okay.
Yes, where'd you start, Juan?
Born and raised in Miami.
Okay. Wait, we're going to say school. What's your school?
God,
we got to say the school. Come on.
Where did you go to high school, Juan?
To Belen.
Oh, Belen guy.
Class of 2001.
Wow. Yours, my
Next
future.
year, and mine go where?
Columbus. But it's okay. I love Belen.
Yes.
I have, listen.
I'm going to hold it against you.
60% of my friends are all from Belen.
Absolutely.
So,
all my brothers are from Belen.
Trust me. Belen's a great school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
ahead, tell us, Juan.
Went to FIU, majored in economics, right? Then went to law school in D.C. at American University. Graduated in 2008 during the financial recession.
Okay.
And at that point, I knew that I wanted to be in court. I knew that I wanted to be doing trials. So I applied to to be a prosecutor. I applied to the state attorney's office here and public defender's office here. They had a hiring freeze. Started applying around the state. Got an offer from Palm Beach. At the public defender's office, went over there for 4.5 years.
Palm Beach,
yeah, not too far.
Straight into the fire.
Yeah,
straight into the fire. Literally 1 week in.
Damn.
1 week into me being there, they literally gave me a whole stack of cases.
No, they were waiting for you.
Here, be in the learning curve.
They were waiting for you.
Go figure it out.
Wow, where's the newcomer? Here you go, brother.
That's good and bad.
Yeah,
right?
But it was good. No, it was a fantastic experience. Did over 60 trials. I cut my teeth there.
How many did you lose?
None,
of course.
It's
great experience,
couple,
right?
But great experience. At the end of the day, great experience. Then came over here, started doing civil litigation, commercial litigation, and then in 2017 decided to run for office for state rep. Okay. Got elected in 2018.
I remember that.
Yeah, and West Kendall, representing West Kendall, and then reelected subsequently in 2020, 2022, and then appointed to this position in 2023.
Okay.
And the reason I wanted to get appointed to this position was to basically help the office, help the residents, because having practiced law, I saw where we can improve in this office, where we can make things better, right? From a technological perspective, from a customer service perspective, what can we do to help our residents? Because the way I look at it, government should always keep in mind what the residents need and what they want and how to help them.
Well, it's so good that you say that, because that was my next question. That a lot of people, and I know that, I know a lot of people are going to comment on this. They say, what the hell does the clerk of the court does?
Yes.
Or the controller. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
So then basically, because listen, to this day, I still try to sit down with people to explain to them, okay, the position of the mayor, the chairman of the commission. A lot of people don't know the powers to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's very crucial for you to explain to the audience, this is what I handle.
Yeah.
So they know this is the guy that I hate to say it, but this is the guy I've been meaning to talk to.
No, but it's not always bad news.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So it's basically two hats.
Go ahead.
The first hat is on the court side.
Okay.
So we administer the payments for parking tickets, traffic tickets, fine
wait,
fees.
ma.
You mean one of these?
Yes. Exhibit A.
I'm the king of parking tickets. Manny, don't laugh. You are too. Go ahead, Primo.
We had that stage, by the way.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's fake.
We're also the custodian for court files, right? So for civil cases, for criminal cases, for probate, for family cases, all that, we handle those files. So if you file something in court, we make sure that document gets into the appropriate file.
Right, like so all those certification and all that bunch of stuff that people have to get.
Wow. Yeah, and we also do if you're looking for a certified copy, we provide you with a certified copy also, right? And then also, in addition to that, jury duty. Okay, don't hold that against me.
No.
But we
are.
I
think it's a civil duty for people to do. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and that's listen. The government, what the government asks of you is pay your taxes. All right, do your civic duty of jury duty, and in addition to that, register for selective service when you turn 18. Those are the three minimum.
We already passed that. The service thing.
I have a question.
A mí me tiran un paracaídas y me quedo así.
Manny comes from politics many years back, way before we were
born.
No, tampoco. He's not that old. He always says the same shit. Jury duty. A lot of people, when they get that notice, are petrified.
Yeah.
They have to go. Do they get in trouble if you don't go? And what's the biggest reason that you should go?
Listen, all I can tell people.
Are you going to go to jail? Is what I'm saying. If you don't go to jury,
I don't have the resources to do that. Okay, but there are other county, and you know what? There are judges. There are some judges in Miami-Dade County that if you go to jury duty and then all of a sudden you don't come back,
right?
Okay, then they may actually try and.
But remember, it always says there, govern yourself accordingly. It is a civic, duty.
No, I think it's very much needed.
If you could go.
And Manny, we work with people. I mean, if you reach out to us and you want to reschedule it, we will reschedule. I've rescheduled people literally the day before that they reach out to me and they go, Juan, I cannot make it tomorrow. I have an emergency.
Right.
Algo me pasó. Can I please reschedule till Wednesday of the same week? Can I reschedule to the next week? We'll do it. We will gladly do it. This is something that we try and work with everybody. We have a computer system.
See, I didn't know
fantastic
that.
That you register. Yeah, you register, you get the notice, and it tells you the website to register. It has your juror ID number, another number, which is, I believe, called the sequence number, and you go in there, you log in, right? And if you want to reschedule, you can reschedule it as long as it is, when you can do it online, as long as it's 7 days before the date for you to
Are you guys listening to this? So that and nobody goes like that, 7 days before you can reschedule, but, act accordingly in the fact of putting it down.
More than 7 days before is when you can reschedule. If it's less than 7 days, then you got to reach out to us.
Okay.
And then you could reschedule up to 3 times and any time 6 months after that time. So you can literally put it off for a year, up to a year and a half even. I mean, it's something.
Just go, bro. Just go.
Get it out of the way.
Get out of the way, bro. Just
and
go.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad to go. You could go to. I mean, it's something.
Depends if you get into a high-profile case. And you're like, damn. Why am I in this?
That did happen. That did happen to someone.
I'm telling you, I had a drug dealer thing. You're like, damn, a cartel guy. I don't want that guy to see me.
No, there was a capital. Capital case that someone I know that was on the panel, and they go, Juan, I didn't know that this was a murder case until I walked in. And I'm like, hey, I can't be here for a month. I have my own business. I'm a caretaker for my parents.
Don't you have the opportunity then to state your case to the judge?
And they did.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
the
I'm
judge
saying.
excused them.
Correct.
So it worked out at the end of the day.
But at the same time, you have people that love this stuff. There's people that live to be in a jury. I know. I have a good friend of mine that the guy's like, man, I can't wait to. I mean, he was in a case, and the guy was ecstatic that he was there for 3 weeks.
When you do get caught up in a case or you get selected, what does that do? They like work and stuff? Do you get the work release and stuff? I know for 1 day is okay, but how do you do it?
By law, you have to notify your employer. That's the first thing. You have to notify your employer
but
before
you
you
have
show
a say
up.
because you can just
No, there is a law. There is state law that says that you cannot fire someone because of jury duty. I mean, that's something that.
And that's why there's some of them that love to leave work.
Do they provide lunch? Because entonces yo me quedo.
There is. No, pero no hay tipo de lunch que te gusta a ti. Esto es un sandwichito ahí, ¿me
Some judges will buy some pizza for the jurors.
So they do their part to help you out. It's not.
Yeah. It's not a Friday stone crab thing.
No. You still get it in the mail, though, right? You still get it in the mail, or is it now digital? Because I know
through the mail.
No, it's the mail.
Yeah, through the mail, and it's based on the driver's license.
Yeah,
that's also something that a lot of people ask. Well, how is it?
An email as well, or I'm sure.
No.
Well, after you register, then you put in your email, and we'll follow up with.
The reason I brought that up is because
via email,
Primo, which is I'm very proud to call him my friend. Yeah. He is a young guy. You're a young guy, man. We're all young guys.
Yes.
He's bringing more technology, which helps people. Right, do what they got to do.
Yes,
like with some of his locations, there's an app.
So that's
now.
on the county side. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Because it's already a mission already to go pay a ticket. But if you're gonna make it easier for me to sign up.
Right.
Find the location. Elaborate on that because I did a little thing
Let's
with
talk
him a
about
couple months ago
Scan
about
it,
that.
boom.
Yeah, let's talk about the traffic tickets. So what we started doing is online payment plans for traffic tickets. So if you wanted to get on a payment plan, you had to go to one of our courthouses and speak to a clerk and sit down there.
Yeah.
That it's a mission. It's to put it in Miami lingo, it's a mission.
The parking.
to do that.
You'll probably get another ticket just looking for parking to park to pay the parking ticket.
Seriously.
Say that
I mean-
20 times.
Yeah, and the DMV lines and stuff are horrific.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, luckily we don't deal with DMV.
No, I know. I'm just
Pero-
saying, but that's the whole thing. Oh, la línea,
Pero la línea, la fila, waiting around.
explain some of the
doing-
services
cola.
that you're bringing.
So we started doing the online payment plans. In addition to that, we also have auto pay, right? So if you want to connect a credit card, a debit card, you can do that, all right? You can sign up for a payment plan. You could connect a credit card, connect a debit card. We started doing the payment plans a little over 6 weeks ago. We have over 1,600 residents already registered on the payment plans. As far as registered on the auto pay. As far as the payment plans, we have already nearly 15,000 individuals registered on payment plans, and this is about 6 months.
But for those are for big ass tickets, no, because you got a payment plan. Or if
But
you're
oye,
deducting from my credit card, that means I'm
It's
habitual.
called the economy. I'm not going to call the economy, but the economy, a ticket right now, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
And he brought up a very good point. What was the ticket before it is now?
Oh, the parking tickets.
The parking
Okay.
tickets, more or less.
Yeah.
Let's explain a little bit, though. Manny had a situation.
No, I didn't have a situation. Don't
Manny
get
had
into
an
a situation.
incident.
It was no incident. I'm just talking about this, what it cost, what the cost
He
was.
noticed a hike in price. Go ahead.
Correct.
All right, so
hike
parking
in
tickets.
price, right.
All right, so I studied economics in FIU. I love economics. I love to read about it. I love to just take a look at graphs and look at numbers and try and
got
figure
good
out
grades in
patterns.
math?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
It's more of an English guy.
Yeah. This is the guy you wanted to be your tutor.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Or the guy you wanted to cheat off.
No, 100%.
But let's take a look at the traffic ticket. I'm sorry, the parking ticket. Right.
okay,
So
let's keep the
so my
numbers.
office is in charge of the parking ticket. So we're
So
going to
you've
omit the
issued
name
that to
here.
Manny. Let's just say
No. I don't issue the
This was
parking.
not nothing
the
issued to me.
misconception.
This is
Misconception.
a sample that we're using. Go ahead.
Let's
sure
clarify this. I don't issue parking or traffic tickets.
Correct.
Okay. I just collect the money. My office just collects the money.
He enforces the
Okay.
law to collect the money.
Bro,
All right. Big misconception there. All right.
Tan cookie, ¿verdad? Go ahead.
But look, listen, with the parking tickets, right? So if you get a parking ticket now,
Right.
it's $36. Yeah. Okay. But before it used to be $18. What I find fascinating is that people, when it was $18, would do the calculation in their mind before, and they would figure, you know what, it's worth the risk. If I can get away with this 4 or 5 times, I've made my money back
100%.
on one parking
I agree
ticket.
with you. Yep.
To the point,
Especially in the Gables.
especially in the game.
Or in Coconut Grove. Or in Brickell. I mean, name them all.
Oh, right. That's where they're heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what they did is they doubled it to $36.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting that people made that calculation in their mind and figured out, you know what, it's worth the risk. I'm going to do it. But now
think
it's
about
not.
it.
Now
you
with
pay
36.
either you stay there, you get a ticket for $18, or any valet nowadays is $25
yeah.
plus tip.
Plus tip.
So then people say, I'll just park there, get a ticket. It's $18. I stay there the whole day versus either parking the garage or parking valet.
So what you're saying is because of inflation,
Inflation.
this is okay now, and they might have to put it up again.
Well,
Fucking
we're not going to get into that
no,
political
I'm gonna put it this
situation.
way, I'm gonna put it this way.
We're not going to get into that
What
political
are,
situation.
what are some of the other ways that you're making it simpler? Because I know we've talked about it. Technology is a big thing. I mean,
So we extended hours. Well, we physically extended hours at 3 of our courthouses. The North Dade Courthouse, the clerk's office at the North Dade Courthouse, 155th and Biscayne, the Joseph Caleb Center, 5400 Northwest 22nd Avenue, and the South Dade Government Center, 10710 Southwest 211th Street, Thursdays 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
no, hasta las 8.
Yeah, hasta las 8 los jueves. Because listen, our normal schedule is 9 to 4. I understand it's hard for working people to physically go. If you want to physically go in person to speak to a clerk, it's hard. A 9 to 4 schedule is not hard. You have to take half a day off of work.
Right.
You have to make arrangements. Maybe you have
So
kids.
parentheses on that. Go to clerk to talk to them about what? About the parking ticket?
Yeah. Some people want to physically go and talk to them because either they don't have access to a
Take me
computer.
through that. You can go and dispute a ticket.
Well, you could get a Zoom hearing.
Okay.
instead of having to physically go to the Parking Violations Bureau,
Right.
you can get a Zoom hearing to challenge
So
the parking
I'm
ticket.
curious about that. How do you
challenge it?
yeah,
Like,
how
what's
do
a
you
defense?
challenge a fact of a parking ticket?
There's some people that take photos of it and say, hey, listen, I was parked here. I paid for it. I don't know why I got a ticket.
Because I remember the meters. Because I mean, some meters are all screwed up. Sometimes you know you have to put, or even the key that was there, or the credit card that you put. Sometimes they wouldn't mark it.
Yeah.
But now it's nothing. Now it's paid by phone.
The most frequent one that I've seen is that people that allege that they paid it,
Right.
and that they got the ticket, but that they shouldn't have gotten the ticket,
Okay.
because they paid the parking
All right.
ticket,
Okay.
because they paid for parking.
Okay. So then people could do this now automatically. You just set it up to do a Zoom call.
You can challenge it online, but some people just prefer to go in person because they have questions about doing it in person. Another thing in person is that we will work with individuals. We're more flexible with the payment plans in person than we are online, right? Because online, we have.
I know what you're going to say. Ask it.
When he says payment plan,
That's what I'm saying. What is it?
¿Cuánto es
For
el-
$36?
No. Payment plans for the traffic tickets.
Like
So
100 something.
No,
More than that.
More?
I mean, we're talking
Me
about.
clavaron el otro día for 220.
Yeah.
Bueno, so by the way, okay, so to that point, is that the school buses now?
Oh.
The school buses now have the cameras.
Yes.
Which a lot of people don't even. I don't know if you can talk about that subject, but
That's a great
that
point.
now the school buses, all yellow school buses, and I had this situation with my mother-in-law because she was at the house and she goes, I got this on the mail. It says that I passed a school bus, but I usually she stopped.
Con la foto. ¿O no?
Yes,
They should have had the photo. Yeah.
but the thing is that usually it's not. A lot of people are confused about the school bus thing. Is it even that you can't pass a school bus?
It depends. And this is good that we're talking about this. Let's say you are behind the school bus and it stops. Undoubtedly, you have to stop, right? Mm-hmm. But let's say you're on the other side of the street. If it puts a stop sign,
right?
Yeah,
everybody
you have to
stops.
Stop. Now, let's say you're on the other side of the street. It depends on what is the presence of the median. Okay. If there's no median, you have to stop.
You see, that's so confusing.
Yes.
Think about it. Think about the fact you're saying, the median. Nosotros, pues, I just looked at Kiko right now. Kiko, median.
Nobody knows that.
This guy talking
Nobody
about?
knows that.
Think about that. I didn't know that. There should be a little bit more of informative situation about this thing because this yellow school bus thing has been like everybody's. Yeah. Barbie got a ticket the other day too.
I'm glad you brought that up too because the traffic light photos. Some cities it's illegal. Some cities it's legal, or is it
the red
just
light? The red light
photo
tickets.
Yeah. Because they can say like I live Pinecrest, Palmetto Bay. I get them a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. La photo.
We know.
And then I can't. No. This is legal here. But then some other cities.
Yeah, some other cities didn't do it.
You can battle it, and then it's not legal.
Correct.
It depends. Each city has their own procedure for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a difference. Now, if you don't pay it, then that's when it comes to the clerk's office.
When you need the
Right.
payment plan.
That's when you need the payment plan.
Yeah.
But you know what? Before going to that, let me tell you, there has to be a place that the viewers and the listeners can go to try and understand.
That's a great idea. You know what? With the school bus camera, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna try and lay out the rules.
This is what I do.
That's a good point, Manny. That's a good point. Because we get
visionary.
involved. Because by the time we get involved, it's already too late.
Think about
it's
how
already
good would
happened.
it be the fact of you going out and speaking a little bit. You know how many people, and I would love people to comment on this because they will. How many people understand this whole yellow school bus thing? Now you see them that they have all those cameras installed on the side of the buses, and then people están ahora con un miedo like, do I pass the bus?
Yeah.
Can I pass
It depends on the medium. It depends on the
que
medium.
Manny's a
ultimately.
legendary campaign manager. So ella está viendo how you can create more information.
But it's not that. It's the
No, I know what
fact
you're
of
saying.
if I love what he's doing.
Nobody knows.
But I love what he's doing. But at the same time, to his point, if he wants to help out the people before that ticket comes to him, that people are going to come and bitch about, man, I didn't know about
Do a
this.
PSA on the school bus.
That's what I'm saying.
People,
I mean, I don't know how the
so
school
that people
board
know. Yeah.
The school board should have done something with that too. I don't know if they have. Maybe I'm talking crap. I don't know it, but I don't know if they have.
No, we're smiling about it, but when you get that ticket, you're pissed.
That's what I'm saying.
No, ahora we're having joy, but when I
But
get
let's
that
be honest.
$200 ticket for
Did you guys know about the school bus thing? You guys don't see it, but I'm talking to our producers. Did you guys know about the school bus?
Oh, that's separate. That's
a separate thing.
That's a separate ticket now.
That's another thing. That's now though even schools over
South Miami, Sunset Boulevard,
that's right
62nd Avenue. They just put the cameras there.
They put
That's
right
the first
there.
camera I
live
saw.
on the corner, brother.
Yeah.
South Miami, pero South Miami estoy bien.
I
A
saw
mí me
that.
encanta toda la policía ahí en South Miami, esa gente son amigos míos.
Yeah,
Toda esa gente ahí tienen todo controlado.
Where are the hot zones for that? Now that you mentioned it, because you seem to know like everywhere everything's on. Like, what's a hot zone for like?
That's the first time anybody's asked me that.
Well,
but you know what? I'll
find
see if
out
there's a
mine.
way
Don't
to-
go by my area.
I know you used to represent West Kendall. West Kendall is so dense, right?
Ooh. Yeah.
So much traffic. Like, what's a hot
And
zone?
growing,
Like,
and
oye,
growing.
Kiko, hey, Manny, when you go around there, and this is like a hot zone. Like, what's a good where it's like rampant, bro? Like, where the tickets, right? Where I want to know, right?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
I know Kendall for sure because Kendall's so packed. I mean, that Kendall Drive.
Well, it's interesting what they did with the school bus cameras was that they basically created a jurisdiction. They expanded the jurisdiction of the school districts by saying that the jurisdiction goes with the school bus in order to be able to enforce the school bus camera.
So the bus is the deadly road.
That's my understanding.
Don't get caught in that camera.
Yeah, don't get caught in the camera. I mean, that is something. If you see a school bus, this is a public service announcement now. If you see a school bus, you have to be incredibly attentive, all right, of it, okay, and incredibly cautious, okay. You have to make sure. I mean, if that stop sign comes out and you're behind it, you absolutely have to stop. If you're on the other side of the street,
right,
it depends if there's a median or not. Okay, if there's no median, you have to stop. If there is a median, right, and there is some sort of division, okay, then you should be on the safe. You should be safe.
Yeah.
You should be safe. I mean that
I know what you're saying.
I would.
So many people are still going to be
median.
confused. Okay, but what do you mean the
What do you mean median?
You have the median.
concrete?
Right?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean concrete. There has to be a concrete.
When he gets reelected, that he can say, you know what, schools. I mean, a lot of common sense too, bro, because.
Yeah,
there's kids coming in and out of there.
Got it,
so, like, I'm not gonna blast by a bus. But some people are like, oh, they're trying to sneak by it, and that's wrong too, you know.
Yeah.
So I just think if you see a school
right,
bus,
but that's the whole thing. Is it just during school hour, regardless of the time that you see the school bus?
You're right.
Because sometimes these school buses are already empty with kids. They already dropped off the kids. Yeah. So then people, you don't know that. You can't look in the windows. You know, there's people in the. I think it's regardless. So I think there has to be a little bit more of clarity on the school bus situation. I know it's not your thing, but I know you can get to the people and tell them, guys, you know what? We should do something.
I will. I mean, that's something that is totally worth it. It's totally worth it.
How has the campaign been going?
It's going good, man.
I know
it's
you
going
don't
good.
sleep much anymore. I mean, we were 2 days. We were at his.
That's what campaign's all about.
A little soiree, and how's that going for you, man?
It's going good. It's going good. You know, just trying to get out in the community so the community knows. Listen, I'm an experienced attorney. I've practiced law over 16 years. I think it's important to have someone in this position who has a legal background, who understands the court system. I mean, it's a clerk of the court.
Yes.
Right? I mean, I think it's important to have someone who understands the justice system, who understands what a writ of possession is, what a writ of garnishment is. I mean, this is something that it's kind of like, this position is administrative and ministerial, which means I don't make policy. I don't make the law. What I do is that I make sure that this system is working efficiently. I work with the judges, with the chief judge, Judge Nushin Saifi. She's fantastic. I work with her on a regular basis. We work together. Right, we're two separate offices, but we work together. But it's important to have someone who's an attorney, who can speak the lingo with the chief judge, with the other judges, and it's my experience, I think, that really sets me apart. I was also a legislator, right? But I've also been in this position now for 16 months. I've done the extended hours. I've done the payment plans online for traffic tickets, so auto pay also. We've helped reinstate over 40,000 driver's licenses since I've been in this position, and we've also helped save the residents of Miami-Dade County over $4.5 million in collection fees.
Save money, Miami.
Yeah. That's a good word, saved.
Got my vote on that.
That's a good one, saved. You know, it's funny because you say that, and I've always been a very strong advocate in the sense that elections, at least here, should not be partisan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these offices, I don't understand why the constitutional offices are partisan. Sheriff, supervisor of elections, tax collector,
because
clerk.
All you're doing is...
It shouldn't be partisan.
People should run on merit. People should run on experience, as you just said. You know, you want to know you're going to vote for, let's say, whatever we're having now with sheriffs and that, you know, it's a real cop that's been there for years, has the experience, knows what they're talking about.
Arrested someone, been in a patrol car.
I'm not judging anybody. I'm just giving you an example to your position. You know, I think that position has to be handled by somebody like an attorney. You know, I mean, It does give part in the sense that it gives opportunity, which we have in this great nation and country of ours, that anybody can run for office.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that at least before you run, there should be like a course that everybody should take of what you're running for. You know what I'm saying? Because what is it to one person for you to become this person, and then now, I'll learn with a job. What do you mean you're gonna learn with a job? I mean, that sucks. I mean,
you're behind the eight ball. You're constantly on fourth down through the whole game.
I'm glad. You've been in what, 16 months?
16 months.
You've done some good stuff. You mentioned it.
But 16 months before that, he was legislation and legislator for years.
Now you've been in the spot for a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? If you do get reelected, what are you bringing?
When I get reelected.
There you go.
Of course. What was your counterpart? For people, just to be
my
fair.
opponent?
Yes.
Annette Tadeo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough about
This is, I think, the 11th time she runs for office, Kiko. But
Really?
Yeah.
All right. It's okay. No comment. Listen, what are you bringing new now?
Everybody has a right to run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody has a right
Listen,
to
we
run.
live in the greatest country in the world.
This is why you
all
have.
right?
Everybody has a right to run.
We live in a democracy.
But that's why I say that I hate the titles of Republican and Democrat.
No, it shouldn't. This office should not be partisan. This should be strictly on experience,
that's
on qualifications.
100%. That's what
this
it
is
should
something
be.
that.
My question was being in there already and doing good, and I'm sure you've had your.
What do I
ups and
see in the
downs.
future?
What are you bringing new to the table?
Okay, so when it comes to court technology, the things that I want to bring on, and I've already met with several vendors on this, is artificial intelligence. Okay.
Oh, the AI. There's the word.
AI.
There it is.
The AI, all right, in multiple aspects. There's a bunch of different ways that they can help our office to alleviate our staff so we can direct the staff to other functions, all right? So specifically on a basic level, a chat box. We've already met with IBM Watson X, okay, into developing a chat box that if you're looking for something specific, you put it in there, AI comes back and says, here's a link, this is your answer, this is what you want.
Much easier.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of going to the search bar and having to click through all the links that pop up, you literally have have this AI that'll tell you this is what the answer is that you're looking for, right? So that's one respect. Another one is that when you call us, okay, and listen, I understand that our customer service, we've been trying to improve the phone unit. All right, and slowly but surely we're building it out. It's just I just want the public to understand that it is difficult because the difficult part is cross-training all these individuals to be able to understand all the different systems that we use. Because we have one system for traffic, another system for parking, another system for criminal, another system for civil, right? So it's all these different systems, and we have to cross-train people, and then in addition to that, get them on the phone and train them on the phone. So, I mean, it's something that we're working on. It's been a priority. We've built out the phone unit so far since I've been here. But I recognize we still have a way to go, and
does that require more bodies?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But that's where AI can also come in and help.
Okay.
Because there are AI applications when it comes to the phone that you call up and you say, yes, I want to pay a parking ticket, and they can actually even manipulate my voice. Okay.
Your voice.
Oof.
Seriously, they can manipulate my voice.
That's scary.
Hey,
Yeah.
Robot
Scary.
Juan.
That's Robot Juan. Yeah.
And say, hey, okay, do you want to pay with a credit card?
Yeah.
Do you want to pay with a debit card? Okay, give me your number. And you put in the number and you pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that respect, right? And then there's also artificial intelligence that exists, and Broward County uses this. And I've taken a tour with Broward County and I've spoken to them about it, is when it comes to filing documents, right? So when attorneys file documents with our system, it's an e-filing system is actually a system that's statewide that all the clerks use, right? And then from there it gets sent to us. There is AI that will scan the document and then automatically submit it to the court file.
Okay.
Again, that is something that we will be able to save on labor. You won't have someone there having to click one document to go from one portal to another portal and fill in the name on the field. Time is money. Yeah. Time is money. So this is something that we can put more people on the phone units, and this is something
to resolve other situations while that one can resolve this way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that is something else. But
is that on now, or is that something that you want to now?
That's
bring
something that
in once now you get reelected. That's what you want to do.
That's the next mountain to climb, because we've been working with the different vendors. We got to do an RFP on it, right, to see who comes forward and take a look at all the bids.
I like that. I like that. So not switching gears, but we want to get a whole bunch of stuff. I want to get a whole bunch of stuff in here, because there's a lot of different avenues too that you guys manage. And I've, one of our producers here, is a very heavy real estate guy. He's a little mogul doing in real estate. And one of his biggest thing is that he's always looking to buy,
foreclosure or tax
foreclosures. But I want you to explain, because a lot of people don't know this, and this I've seen happen. And now I go back to the time that I was in the county. I would get a lot of complaints in our office in the sense of people, older people, that did not know that their tax certificates were being sold.
Yes.
Okay. And so then, there's, you don't know there's just a company buying if you just forgot this year, or
a hedge fund, a private equity company.
And I want everybody out there to be very, very, very vigilant and listen to this, because this is very important, because this can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter if you have money or no money. Sometimes if you don't know if your mortgage is paying your taxes or not paying your taxes.
Oh, yeah.
And, with your escrow, your tax certificate is being sold. And once you can attest to that, when you reach a number, then
and Manny, the sad situation with that are the elderly individuals where the spouse that handled the finances passes away, and then you have the other spouse who has no idea how to balance a checkbook, 100%. No idea how to log into the bank account online. All of a sudden, esto le cae arriba, and they got to deal with it, and they have no idea how to deal with it. Wow. And then the taxes go unpaid, and it goes to auction. They're calling our office. They're in panic mode.
I want you to explain that to the viewer of how that happens.
Okay, so this is the way it works, is that, so November 1st, you're going to get the notice to pay your property taxes, right? Okay. Eventually, if you don't pay your property taxes, okay, the next year, it will go to auction as a tax certificate, okay? Tax certificate, because I'm going to talk about tax deeds later. You got to keep in mind tax certificate. So the tax certificate, the way it starts is that I believe it starts at 18%, the bidding, okay? All these different people bid on the tax certificate. They put into the computer what the amount is that they're willing to pay for it, okay? In increments of 0.25%, it goes down from 18 to 17.75, 17.5, 17.25, right? Until it gets to the lowest bidder, and then the lowest bidder gets it. All right. So the lowest bidder may be someone who is willing to bid 1.5% for the tax certificate. Okay. So they get the tax certificate, they win the tax certificate. After 3 consecutive years that the tax certificate is unpaid, okay, then any one of those tax certificate holders can petition our office for it to go to a tax deed sale for them to recoup the money, all right? To recoup the money that they've paid now for the tax certificates. Then it goes to an auction, okay, and we sell it at the auction with the foreclosures, and then the highest bidder gets it.
Correct.
And then whatever the balance is, the amount that is beyond the cumulative amounts of the tax certificates is what's called the surplus funds. And the surplus funds, the original owner is entitled to the surplus funds. Okay? Which this is actually another project that we've been doing since I came in. We have millions and millions of dollars in these surplus funds. Just chilling there. Right? Okay. And this is something that I saw that, and I was thinking, because of the inflation, because of everything that's going on in the economy, I'm like, this is money that's just sitting there that belongs to people. This is something that we need to figure out. And people don't know about it. Yeah. So we need to figure this out. Right. We need to figure this out. Right. Yeah. So we have a group of attorneys that are literally reopening these cases in front of the judges, hundreds and hundreds of cases of old foreclosure cases, old tax deed sales, basically saying, hey, who does this money belong to? And how can we get it to you? And if we can't figure out who it belongs to, then we can send it at least to Tallahassee to the unclaimed funds.
The unclaimed fund thing.
Yeah.
But that's important, because I always tell you that one of the biggest goals that we try to do in this podcast is bring information. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, a lot of people will sit down and listen to this, and I didn't know that. Yeah. I did not know that. And then again, people rely on the fact of, your mortgage is paying your tax. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
It depends.
It depends.
Some
if
banks,
you have that
yeah.
escrow or not.
My wife and I, for instance, insist on paying it separately. We don't want the mortgage company to pay. We'd much rather be in control.
Correct.
But there's other individuals that would much rather have it rolled
Because
up.
those individuals don't want that headache.
Yeah.
You know, and they say they know the bank, it's their interest, and they don't want to lose the property.
Yeah.
Let me pay the escrow for them.
Yeah.
You know, but it's important, and that's why I wanted you to bring that subject, because, again, I think that's something that people, if do not know or want to get a little more information on it, they can call your office.
Yeah,
or whatever.
absolutely.
And some people should even check it out. You know, 100%. Like with family members that, you know, they say, oh, no, my house is paid for. Your house is paid for, but you still have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, check that out, because then what happens is by the third year, to his point, you get a notice from a hedge fund or whatever saying, by the way, I own your property.
Yeah.
Either you pay me this or, and you're like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. How did it get here?
How did I get here?
How did I get here?
Some people don't know.
Clarity and info.
Yeah.
Clarity and info. Clarity and info.
But when it comes to the tax deeds and the foreclosure sales, I also get this question a lot. Well, so the tax certificates, the sale of the tax certificates is done by the tax collector's office.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
But then when eventually it goes to petition to an auction, then it comes to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're the ones that issue the tax deed after the auction.
Right.
And even then, this is a very interesting point, is that let's say you do win a tax deed, you still have, that's still not clean title. You still have to do an action to quiet the title. So you still have to file a lawsuit in court.
Complicated.
It is complicated. But this is something that, having been an attorney, having practiced this and done this, I geek out on this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something
I like that. He geeks out on this stuff.
Let him do the thinking
You
for
geek
us.
out on food, he geeks out on economics.
Yo estoy medio mareado, pero it's good. It's good clarity. It's good clarity.
And when it comes to technology, one of the things that I want to do is work together with the property appraiser's office to basically develop like a Zillow
Okay.
of these auctions, so you can see the foreclosure auctions,
That's a good one.
the tax
I like
deed,
that one.
the tax deed auctions.
Yeah.
You can see what the reasonable market value was of these, right? And you get a feeling for certain areas, for prices and all that. And listen, something may go out in auction on a foreclosure auction. Of course, it's not going to be what someone would buy for, like,
Right.
you know, a brand new house, but it still gives you an idea.
Sure.
Of what the market is. And I think that's phenomenal for the local investors, for the mom and pops who wanna get into doing this stuff. You know, it could just help a lot of people. Is the bottom line.
I think it's 100%.
Yeah. And then something else. So we handle the official records for the county. We're the custodian of the records for the county. So if you file a deed, if you file a mortgage,
paper, no?
yes, it is.
I think we digitize already.
But our records department,
Records are records.
yeah, our records department, our records depository is huge. It's a warehouse in Doral. This thing is ready for like a Cat 5 hurricane. You know, God forbid, you know, it happens.
Imagínate tú.
They can handle it.
Se joden los papeles.
But we're all digitized, and so we handle the deeds, mortgages, judgments, and for the official records for the county.
You guys also monitor all the minutes for the
For the
commission,
yes,
the
we're
commission,
also
the
the
chamber, sure.
yes, we're also the clerk of the board
Right,
for county
right.
commissioners.
Correct. Yep.
But being the official records for the county, what we started doing was a property fraud alert system. Okay, so if someone files a deed on your property, we automatically send you a notice through the mail. We will automatically send you a notice through the mail that says, "Dear property owner, we saw that there was a deed filed on your property. If this is fraud, let us know. Let your local law enforcement agency know." In addition to that, you can register with our office, and we will notify you. Okay, if the property that you registered with us, if the deed changes, we can notify you via text and also email, and you can register up to 25 properties. So if you and a sibling look after an uncle and aunt, you can both register to be notified if there's a change in the deed of your uncle or aunt's property. Right? Because deed fraud is going on. This is something where people file fraudulent deeds, then they refinance. Okay, they leave the rightful owner with no equity in the property and with a property that's not in their name. The property owner then has to file a lawsuit, go in front of a judge, claim that it's fraud, show that it's fraud, and basically have the judge undo it. And this is something that is happening, unfortunately and tragically. They are targeting elderly individuals.
I'm telling you, bro. Están acabando con los viejos. Están acabando con los viejos.
Yeah, los pobrecitos.
But it's good to have a watchdog like
But
that.
that's what
watching
I'm trying
your
to
stuff.
tell you.
But time is of the essence
Yeah.
in a situation like that, and that's why the importance of sending the alert so that they can take immediate action You know, and this is something, this fraud has been going on. Oh, yeah, this is. I had someone in jury duty pull me aside and go, Juan, this happened to me 20 years ago in the early 2000s. That someone filed a fraudulent deed on my property. I didn't know until I went to go pay my property taxes, and I went to go pay, and they said, "Oh no, someone's already paid."
That's crazy.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you recommend, before anything, do you recommend people to do like a little investigation on their property once a year?
Oh, I would do it if I were them. I personally do it every 3 months. I'm already signed up on this.
Okay.
But before that, I would do it every couple
of
months, once a month.
Or them directly? Like,
well, that's with the property appraisers.
Their mortgage with people.
With the property appraiser's office. With the property appraiser's office, you can pull up the property. You can see who the record title holder is.
Okay.
You know, and I would just do that regularly every once in a while. And, you know, I also would do it to see, to just take a look and see if any of the property sold in my neighborhood también. I mean, just out of curiosity.
You see, this is us on the edge, always cutting edge, giving people the information. Listen to me. I'm glad you came on. Mm-hmm. I think it's very informative. I mean, again, one of our purposes that we love to do a day in Miami is really to bring people and give people a little bit of light and positive what's going on, because positive stuff. These are conversations that we have amongst, you know, friends and people. Coño, people don't know that.
Yeah,
people don't know that. So and that's what we love. We love for our viewers, for everybody to get back to us and go, hey, I wanted to sit down. I wanted to listen to this guy. So I think really for everybody out there. Again, I hate the word either Democrat or Republican or independent. I think it should be always on the person that you like and the person that you say,
without a doubt.
I love that how this person explains what they're explaining.
Yeah.
And for
very
that reason,
informative. How do you feel going into November 5th?
I feel good. And I just want to mention one more thing in regards to the properties. Okay, in regards to properties, one thing that we're looking at, okay, to help us prevent property fraud is blockchain technology. Okay, when it comes to property records. More technology.
Maya.
And there is specifically...
I'm exhausted with the blockchain, this one, that. I mean...
We've met several vendors, okay, that are specific, that this is their niche. This is their specialty, is blockchain technology with property records. They're doing this in a bunch of municipalities. They're doing this in Baltimore. Okay, they're doing this in Chicago. All right, this is something that can help us secure and protect property from property fraud also with the blockchain technology, because we're able to verify who the rightful owners are, and we can prevent fraudulent deeds from being filed.
But is that something that will be, again, implemented?
Yes, that is after. That is something I'm looking for in the future. Gotcha. That is something that we're going to do an RFP. We're gonna get the ball rolling on that, and that is something that I want to do that. And there is no reason why this office, the Clerk of the Court and Comptroller from Miami-Dade County, why it cannot be the flagship for the state, and more so the flagship for the country, okay? And the model for the country, and the best in the country when it comes to technology, when it comes to services, when it comes to being on the cutting edge, all right? That is what I aspire this office to be.
We need it, especially everybody targeting Miami. And everybody comes to Miami, you know. Miami's like the capital of everybody trying to do some fraud in Miami.
Unfortunately,
The clarity for me is important.
I always call this Miami, USA. I feel we're not part of anything. We're just Miami, USA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're our own little country. So everybody wants a part of this, and everybody wants to get in one way. So I think that by you doing all this stuff and, you know, protecting us and all those homeowners out there will be spectacular. Just don't keep on putting those tickets higher from 38 now to 40.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
Right.
I don't decide what the amount is.
Now going to 40. So we still probably can park outside.
I just collect the money. That's my disclaimer again. Traffic tickets, parking tickets. My office just collects the money.
Yes.
I wanted to mention with you, and I want to give a shout out to, do you know a guy named Hemel Parak?
Yes.
He's an albino in your office?
Yes, he's fantastic.
He's a good friend of mine.
He's such a nice guy.
He's the brother of my eye surgeon, Prashant Parekh, and he loves you, man. I had to mention him. He's a clerk.
In the Coral Gables Courthouse right here.
Yeah, I was with him the other day, and he said, I work for Juan Barquin's office, and he's a great guy. I had to mention him because he's definitely going to watch this. But he's
Hemel is fantastic.
Really?
He loves to do weddings.
Oh, really?
He loves to do weddings.
Yeah,
he loves to marry people. That is something
you got to do the civil suit first.
Yes.
So I met him the other day, and he's great, and he's such a unique person.
I'm going to see him later today, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to pop into the Coral Gables Courthouse later.
Before we sign off,
there's
your camera. Tell people why they should vote for you. The floor is yours.
My name is Juan Fernandez-Barquin. I have the experience. I'm an attorney. I've practiced over 16 years. Look at what I've done in this office over the last 16 months, doing the payment plans, online for traffic tickets, auto pay, extending the hours at our offices, helping reinstate over 40,000 driver's licenses, helping our residents save over $4.5 million. And look at all the technology that we're going to have coming online. This is something that I'm determined for this office to be the leader in technology. Another thing is that when it comes to technology, I want all the criminal court cases right now are still not online. This is something that I want all the images online for the criminal court cases over the next 2 years. This is something that I'm going to be fighting for. I've been fighting for it. We already have the probable cause affidavits online, but this is something that I want the whole cases online, and that's something that AI can help with redactions and getting it up and going. But listen, it takes time. This is like an oil tanker. I have 960 employees. We're going to be taking another 200 employees when the finance department comes over to our office. The finance department, the functions for the finance department are going to be, I'm going to be the custodian of funds for the county, the county investor, the accountant, more responsibility, the accountant for the BCC, and also the county auditor. And this is something that I look forward to being the watchdog for the county funds, making sure that the county's solvent, making sure that we're paying our debts. That is something I look forward to, something that I'm incredibly excited about. And I just want this office to be the best in the country for our residents.
Well, brother, you got your work cut out for you.
Thank you, man.
So
November
I hope
5th.
to see you back when you get reelected. So you can come and give us a great, new recap of everything that was done and promised that we can go ahead and implement over there. And let's resolve the school bus situation. Let's do a PSA with that.
Yeah, we'll do a PSA with that.
Like
you,
Manny
brother.
said,
Appreciate
no
you,
matter
Manny.
what you want for who you're going to vote for, make sure you go November 5th.
That's it. You got to vote.
Thank
Vote.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.
That's my dude. I'm going to vote for him because he knows what he's talking about. Thank you so much.
Thank
Stay
you,
tuned
Kiko.
to the next one.
That's right, guys. Thank you.